Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonja J, and I'm back. I'm finally back. I'm so sorry I was gone. I know I missed 2 weeks of reviews. I was sick as fuck, okay? Sick as fuck. I got sick around episode 7, and then I started to recover over the weekend, and even though I was feeling a little bit better, by Monday, I still wasn't really 100% myself. I really didn't start feeling myself until like Tuesday, hence why I got all those other videos, if you watch those videos. And now I am able to do the review. I was able to finally catch up on episode 7 and episode 8. So now I'm here with you guys so we can review these motherfucking episodes, okay? I'm sorry I was gone. I was sick as fuck. But I'm back. As you can see, you know, I'm back, okay? I'm back to Sonja. So, you know, we're going to review, and we're going to talk about episode 7, and we're going to talk about episode 8. You know, I do it like how I normally do it, go girl by girl. So I'm going to just talk about 2 episodes and 1 on each girl. We got a lot to uncover. A lot of things went on while I was gone. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with Lexi. Her stepdad is not fucking around, okay? He's like, look, okay, we've been cool with Tyler. We've been cool about the whole situation with you getting pregnant. I'm fucking irritated that he wants to act like he has a problem with us and he comes around when he wants and then doesn't want to speak to us. He's not allowed around. He wasn't fucking around. And, I mean, I guess, you know, I get it. We also find out in that same episode that we understand now kind of why Tyler is the way he is and why he's so weird about how parenting works. I mean, you can kind of, from what it seems like from, you know, what the things he says to Lexi, like even with about like how he thought it was weird that her mom wanted to help her pay for a new car, and just how he thinks that Lexi's like under her mom so much when really she just has a healthy relationship with her mom. You can see he doesn't, I mean, we already kind of figured he didn't have a healthy relationship with his mom, maybe because of the fact that, actually no, we didn't actually really have a reason to think so until they just talked about it. So yeah, I really didn't know why he thought that. We kind of, well, at least I did. I kind of thought it was weird how he just thought it was so weird how Lexi has a healthy relationship with her mom. But now we realize and we see that, you know, he and his mom don't have a healthy relationship. They don't even really have a relationship. They're just now getting to have a relationship. You know, she, I guess, was in a relationship with a man she was married to, and, or I don't know if they were married, but she was with someone, and the man she was with him and Tyler did not get along. And at the time, Tyler was a teenager, so it's like, you know, he's a teenage boy. He's not grown, but he's growing. And, you know, he didn't get along with her dude. And so he moved out and lived with his grandma. And he's been living with her for years, I guess. I don't know how many years, like not like hella years, but for a few years. And so, you know, his relationship, and I would think with that even happening, I'm sure he's probably even had a rocky relationship with his mom prior to that. So him and his mom don't have a healthy relationship. And then, you know, with that being said, I'm sure his dad's probably not even around, because, you know, if the mom isn't really that close to him and she's not I don't want to say choosing her husband, because I don't know how it happened, but, you know, she allowed him to move out and she stayed with the guy. I mean, they ended up breaking up eventually, but I don't think it was because of Tyler. I think it was just because maybe she just realized he wasn't shit. So, you know, that can be hard on a boy, and that could make, you know, him think like he doesn't understand what parenting is, what a healthy relationship is between a parent and a child, because he doesn't have one himself. His mom, you know, and him don't really have a great relationship, and he didn't like the men she was choosing, and he didn't live with his mom because of it. So, I mean, that's not healthy at all, and that's not even, that's, you know, that's a situation within itself. So, you know, we see why Tyler is kind of like on his own, and why because he is such a lone wolf. He's always on his own. He's always like, you know, just wants to stay to himself and do his own thing, and we see why. He kind of didn't have a choice. I mean, he did, but you didn't, you know. So I see why Tyler is the way he is. And, you know, so with that being said, the parents are still fed up with it. And, you know, they don't understand everything Tyler is thinking and why he thinks the way he thinks. But at the same time, it's not their job to. You know, it's his job to be more compromising, you know, to make more of a compromise and to explain. You know, he doesn't have to explain his life story to them, but, you know, if he does care enough about Lexi to want to have a decent relationship with her parents, you know, he should be more open to at least explaining why he is the way he is, or at least trying to compromise and a better relationship for everyone to just get along. And so, you know, but they keep being, I guess, what you want to call stubborn, but on both sides. Because, I mean, I feel like the parents are not 100% getting the fact that Tyler's just a teenager, really. I mean, it does boil down to the fact that, yeah, I mean, you could look at it as he's being disrespectful. And I kind of see where they're coming from. I do. I see both sides. I see both sides. But and at the same time, Tyler's a teenage boy. You know, he's like 18 years old. What 18-year-old boy wants to hang out at their girlfriend's parents' house? You know, what 18-year-old boy wants to listen? They want to do what they want. It's not even personal. It's just growing pains, you know? But with that being said, I will say I don't like the way Lexi's handling it. I feel like it's kind of frustrating a little bit, but then it's like, I have to realize as well, she's a teenage girl. You know, she's only 18 herself too. So, you know, in most situations, women, we choose the dude. We always do what the guy wants to do. Even if our parents are right, even if our parents have every right to be upset with our guy, even if our parents are feeling some type of way and we understand and agree with why they feel some type of way, we still side with our dude because that's our dude. And so I understand it and I get it. I'm not surprised she's like just trying to like keep them apart and keep the peace. But it is a little irritating just to see how like Lexi's just kind of like letting Tyler just be stuck in his ways. Because what she's not understanding is that it's one thing to just be like, okay, well, we'll just stay separate for now and it'll blow over. But what she's not realizing is that the way Tyler's set up, it's not just a, oh, we'll just leave it alone and let it blow over. No, this is going to be your new life, okay? You're going to have to deal with always doing what Tyler wants to do, Lexi. Because you always just do that. You just let him choose. Like, that's just what it is with her. She just lets him decide everything. And then it's like, even if her parents, even what her parents are saying is right, and even if she agrees with them, because there's been plenty of times on the show that she has agreed with her parents, she still goes ahead and does what Tyler wants to do. Whether it's right or wrong, she still does it. And like, even like in this situation, I see both sides, but at the same time, I would say Tyler's being more of the stubborn one, and he's being more of the one that doesn't want to compromise. And instead of her as a woman, but she's not a woman, she's a young woman, a young one. So I have to take that into account. But as a young mother, now that's an important one because being a mother is up here. So as a young mother, you got to be able to put your foot down and you have to be able to command and demand what you want. You have to. That's just a part of growing up. That's a part of being a woman, being a mother, being an adult. You gotta be able to find a way to find your voice and demand what you want and need in life. If you want a healthy relationship, you're not gonna get it always just allowing Tyler's mood swings and how he feels and if he's irritated or if he doesn't want to be around to determine your life and to determine how often you see your parents. You literally are splitting yourself in half to see your parents and your boyfriend because your boyfriend refuses to acknowledge your parents. Like he literally the problem is Tyler doesn't want to acknowledge her parents. That's the problem. He comes around, he doesn't want to speak to them. He doesn't want to come around. Or he does come around, it's like he'll just like walk past them and then not say anything and then eventually leave and not say anything. Or he doesn't want to come around at all. He won't be around for days and weeks. And then because of that, Lexi won't be around. They literally just want him to acknowledge them. That's all they want. Like, when it really comes down to it, that's really what they're saying. Like, he comes around and he doesn't speak. And then when we say, like, oh, why can't you connect, or why don't you da-da-da-da, then he's like, oh, they're being too aggressive. I don't want to be around them, so I'm going to stay away for weeks and weeks at a time. And then Lexi follows because that's what girls do. So that's all they want is acknowledgement, really. You know, they feel like, damn, we were cool about the pregnancy. We allowed you guys to be around each other. We allowed you guys to work out your own schedule. And it's like, he's acting like as if like we're the parents from hell, and he doesn't want to be around us, and he wants to keep you and Tobias all to yourself. They just want acknowledgement. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I understand why Tyler doesn't give it to him. Because, you know, the way he was raised, and he just is not used to the family environment, so he's more comfortable being closed. And him being around them makes him forced to speak and to open up, and he doesn't like that. He's not used to it. I understand why he doesn't want to do it. Doesn't mean it's right, but I understand. Also, he's a teenage boy. He's young. He wants to do what he wants to do. He's teenage. He doesn't want to have to listen and follow rules, and he's not used to it. So I get it. I understand where Tyler's coming from. I understand his predicament. I get it, but it doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean, oh, because you're not used to being around people that you should just come around people and just ignore them and treat them like they're nothing. Doesn't mean it's right. And Lexi's just kind of just like, well, that's what Tyler wants to do, so I'll just keep them apart for now. And she's not putting her foot down, and I think she doesn't understand. Maybe that's what it is. But, you know, they go on their camping trip. I'm surprised Tyler was upset that he wasn't invited, because honestly, I thought he was going to care less. So that reminded me in that scene that he was actually human. And that's nice to see. They go on their camping trip and, you know, they talk. And, you know, I guess the parents come around and they decide, like, you know, it is what it is. You know, he is young and we understand that. And you guys have a family now and we want everyone to be comfortable. And, you know, Lexi spoke her piece about how she felt like when she was a child that, you know, her mom and her dad would argue a lot. She felt like she was always in the middle. And that also eased up her mom's heart to be like, okay, well, you know, Tyler can come around. And stepdad said it as well. He can come around. We don't have a problem with him. We'll let bygones be bygones. So hopefully Tyler, when Lexi tells Tyler that, he actually is cool and he does come around and he's, you know, speaks a little bit and just opens up. I hope things work out, but Lexi needs to get more assertiveness. I cannot talk tonight. Sorry, guys. My words are just conjumbling. It's so fucking annoying. But hopefully Lexi gets some assertiveness in her fucking bones. All right, so now we're moving on to Kayla. So it starts off with Isaiah being baptized. Excuse me. Devin and Annabella, excuse me, like one of her two closest friends are like always around, and they were there a part of the process. Stefan wasn't there, which I kind of get why. And it, you know, it kind of was peaceful, so whatever. You know, the baby gets baptized. Things are moving along. Kayla's working. Her and Devin are looking for apartments. But Devin's kind of making things a little bit awkward. You know, Devin feels a lot of types of way about Kayla and her decisions with Stefan. And instead of sharing it with Kayla, she's sharing it with everyone else, including her mother. And I feel like, in this situation, I agree with Kayla, and Devin is kind of being like a little messy and a little bit selfish. And it's not something, like Kayla said, and I agree with her, it's not something Kayla needs right now. You know, she just got out of a abusive relationship, and she just had like a domestic dispute a few weeks or a few months prior, or whatever. I think a few weeks though in that episode. And, you know, she's trying to get over it, work things out with her crazy baby daddy, and, you know, just work and save up so she can move on with her life and do better. And it's like, as a friend, you should understand that. And if you have any problems, you should just come to your friend instead of telling everybody else. I get that, you know, and I don't think Devin's doing it because she's just trying to be a messy bitch. I think it's more so an immature thing. And also like I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I just feel more comfortable telling other people. some people are like that, you know? Some people are just that type of people where it's like, they don't know how to come to the person they have a problem with. They just don't. Like, some people literally just can't do that. They would rather get their ass beat than to go up to the person and be like, hey, I feel some type of way about you. Like, some people are just like that. They just can't keep it 100. Like, some people just can't do it. So I don't think she was doing it to be a messy bitch. I think she was really doing it because it was like, I'm scared to be honest with my friend. I don't know how to be honest with her. I think that's really what it was. And so she just felt like maybe telling people that we're both close to will be easier. But it looks messy, and it makes you look like a messy bitch, because it's like you're telling everybody but her. And then it's like, it'd be maybe different if you were telling everybody but her, but you're telling everybody and her mom. Like, how you gonna tell her own mama? Like, come on, girl. But I guess her and Devin and her mom are girlfriends, because, girl, the way they was sitting on that couch talking, I would have thought they were best friends, okay? They was chopping it up, having hot cocoa or whatever they was doing on the couch. Like, I was like, yes, where's the invite? I want a sleepover party, too. They was having a sleepover party. Like, yes, God. Like, I've never seen somebody's friend be so close to their mom. But you know what? That was cute. I wasn't mad at that. I thought that was cute. The only problem about that was they was talking shit about her daughter. Now, if y'all was talking about shit about somebody else, that'd have been cool. But because y'all was doing it about Kayla, that was real messy. But I thought that that was, you know, real cute and funny how they was, like, really kicking it like they was girlfriends. But, you know, I would be upset if I was Kayla. Like, you know, you're supposed to be my friend, and then also what also makes it, like, messy is, like, we're supposed to be moving in together. That's another thing, too. It'd be one thing if you were just talking about me and stuff, okay. But we're supposed to be moving in together. You can't even tell me that you don't want to move in with me anymore. Like, you can't tell me that. Okay, I get it. You're afraid to keep it 100. But then it's like, why are you telling my mama, though? Why would you tell my mama that? If you're going to tell everybody else, you got to tell my mama, too? Like, damn, girl. Damn. So, you know, whatever. She don't want to move in with Kayla. And, okay, the only thing I will say I'm on Devin's side about, the Stefan thing, I can see that being a problem for Devin. And I get why she feels some type of way, because, you know, knowing how we are as women, and then knowing how Kayla is just her, period, and her seeing how Kayla's taken Stefan back multiple times in the past, and then said, oh, I'm not gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this, and then she doesn't do it, or she ends up doing it after she says my motherfucking words. Annoying. After she says that she's not gonna do something, she does it, or after she says she will do something, she doesn't do it. My words are conjumbled today, forgive me. But anyways, I understand why Devin is hesitant, because it's like, I don't trust Stefan, and I trust you, but I don't trust your judgment on Stefan. I get that. I get it. I get that. But you need to relay that to your friend, girl. You don't need to be messy and talking about her to her mama. But, you know, hopefully they work things out. Devin's, I guess, Stefan is, I guess, getting counseling. So Kayla is cool with allowing him to watch Isaiah while she works, as long as someone else is supervising him. You know, if that works for Kayla, it's fine. You know, as long as nothing happens, fine. You know, she does have to work. You know, she doesn't have a babysitter yet. I don't think she can afford it just yet. And she only has but a few people around her to help. And I'm sure they all have their own lives. You know, finding daycare for a child is not easy, and paying for it ain't cheap. So I understand her having Stefan watch him, as long as there's guidelines in place and she's really has some shit in place. You know, as long as the baby's safe, it's fine. And it's not like she's trying to get back with him. It's not like she's trying to do play dates all the time. It's just when she really needs it. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. Really not too much on Kayla tonight. So we're going to move on. Yo, I'm not even cool. I'm not even cool talking about Ashley and Bar. I'm not even cool. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. Out of all the couples and out of all the girls on the show, I was rooting the most for Ashley. And I'm going to keep it real. She's a sister like me, so that's one thing that made me go, like, I'm really rooting for this. I'm rooting for this black love. I really am. But I really like Ashley. Like, I like her personality. I think she's a cute brown-skinned girl. I don't know. I just like her a lot. And I don't know. I like her a lot, and I was really rooting for her and Bar. Wow. Like, I don't... Alright, we're gonna get into it, but like, man... I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really wasn't... I'm not a psychic, but I do have pretty good sense of judgment. And usually, I mean, I think a lot of people can see when something's gonna turn left, but usually I can see when things are gonna go haywire and shit. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see this coming. I didn't see this coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. I did not. I did not. Like, I don't even really know what to say other than I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. I'm really, like, honestly, I really am disappointed, and, like, my feelings are honestly hurt. Like, for real, for real. Because I was really rooting for that relationship. I was rooting for that black love. I really was rooting for them. I really was. And I'm so disappointed in Bar. Like, I can't even believe. Like, I really am in disbelief, and I really am, like, hurt. Like, my feelings are really hurt. Like, I can't, like, wow. All right, let's get into it. She said he came back not once, but twice. Really, Bar? Really, Bar? You ain't fucking around. You ain't fucking around. You fucking around and getting fucked around. Wow. He came over drunk, caused a scene, got physical. When she said that the first time, I was like, wait, no. Hold on, Ashley, stop. You said it got physical, sis. It got violent, sis. No, sis. No, sis. This is going to be a long video, you guys, because I got to get into this. But then she said, but then he left and came motherfucking back. Bar, what the fuck? What is you doing, dog? Like, what is you doing? What is you doing? What is you doing? Wow. He ain't fucking around. Like, what is you doing? The nigga had the nerve to leave and come back. Wow. And then he didn't hit her once, but twice. No, God. No, God. I'm through. Wow, Bar. Really? Really, Bar? That's crazy. That's crazy. So she had to call the cops again. But the second time he got arrested and he was in jail for a cool minute. So Bar called her mom to collect her thoughts, and she stayed with her mom for a few days to get it together. Wow, Bar. Like, for real. Like, for real. Like, wow. I'm really in shock. Like, I'm sorry I'm spending the last 2 minutes just keep saying wow. But I'm in shock. Like, I'm really in shock, you guys. Because I didn't see Bar hitting her. You know, I see them arguing. I see them getting loud. Maybe a push, maybe a shove. I didn't see him hitting her. I didn't see him striking her. I didn't see him turning into Stefan. I didn't see that. When Stefan did it, I wasn't surprised at all. I knew that shit was going to happen. But with Bar, I really didn't see that happening. But you know why? Because they hid the fact that he has a drinking problem. I didn't know that. We didn't know that. I didn't know Bar had a drinking problem. We didn't know that. We thought they was cool and things were cool. Bar was tripping and upset and hurting over his brother. But we didn't know he was coping by drinking. We didn't know, and we didn't know it was a problem. We didn't know that. And that could change and turn things into something that isn't, into something that is. Drinking, like she said, he's a different person, and drinking could change. Like, if you drink and you get into it, depending on how you handle it and who you are and how that personality God blessed you with is, sometimes drinking could turn people into a different person. Like, for real, for real. And I guess that's what Bar's going through right now. And I'm just in shock. Like, I didn't see this coming at all. And I really feel bad for Ashley because, like, I really like Ashley. And she's a good girl. You can fucking tell. She's a good girl. She has a good head on her shoulders. She comes from a good family, a God-fearing family. I like her family. I like her mama. I like her sister. Her sister's my nigga. That's my dog. I like her. I like her. She's just cool. She just seems like one of those type of dude. Wow. Girl, be quiet, son. She seems like one of those type of people that you hang out with, and she's just hella cool, down to earth. She makes, like, she's cool. She's cool vibes. Like, I fuck with people like her. And I like her. And it's like, her family, she just comes from a good family, like, and she's a good person. And her stepdad, her stepdad be killing me. Like, he be saying stuff, and it's just like, he said what he said, and that's it. Like, he be killing me with his responses. But, you know, I really like Ashley, and I like her family, and it's just like, I really hate that she had to go through that. I hate that that had to happen, you know? And that's traumatizing. That's traumatizing. That's traumatizing for anybody. Especially when you've never experienced it before, and it's from somebody you loved and someone you thought that loved you with all your heart, and thought somebody you thought that was there for you and would never hurt you. That's traumatizing. And not once but twice in the same night. Wow. I'm so sorry, Ashley. Like, that hurts my feelings. I really was not expecting that. I was not happy to hear that. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. And then the nigga had the nerve to call his mama and let the bitch go on Instagram talking about whatever y'all hearing, that's not me, or whatever the fuck he said. No, God. Like, wow. And it's like, no, Bar, you went too far. You went too far. You added insult to injury. You have the nerve to injure, and then on top of it, insult. You gonna sit here and strike the girl not once but twice. And then while you in jail, gonna call your mama talking about put me on live so I can tell them it wasn't me. The fuck you mean? No, God. So Ashley's trying to get it together. She's staying with her mom for the time being. And then now Holly's turning 1. This is supposed to be a great experience, a happy time, a pivotal time in both their lives. But instead of them planning their daughter's birthday party together, Bar is behind bars because he wanted to strike Holly's mother. Not once, but twice. So Ashley's doing the best she can to plan the party by herself and get it together. You know, I guess she didn't invite Bar's family. None of them came, I guess. They didn't show the party, so... Or I don't... Actually, no, I don't think the party happened yet. Yeah, the party didn't happen yet. They're just planning it. But she said, you know, I'm planning on inviting his family and stuff. You know, she's not really fucking with him. You know, he's been calling her. She answers and she does listen to him, but it's like... You know, she knows better. She ends up talking to Bar, and, you know, they talk, and he apologizes, and, you know, they say that she knows that he needs to stop drinking. Drinking is the problem, and she tells him he needs to stop drinking. He's going to have to quit. And she feels like they need counseling. And he agrees. And he says, you know, he understands, and he apologizes, and, you know, they leave it at that. I mean, I feel like Bar needs okay, it's like this. They both need counseling, but individually. They do need, excuse me, right now, couples counseling is not even on the table. If I'm going to be real with y'all, let's be real. When you get to the point where somebody hits you, I don't care if you've been with them for 20 years. I don't care if you've been there for 50 years. I don't care if you've been with them for 50 years. I don't care if you've been with them for 50. Do you hear me? I don't care if you've been with them for 50 years. When somebody physically hits you, when you get to the point, when that point happens to where y'all get in an argument, I don't care if you said, fuck you, bitch. I don't care if you said, that's why I fucked your best friend. I don't care. If he or she turns around and, even if it was just one time, but especially if it was you need to take a fucking break. I don't care if you've been with them for 50 years. 50 years. You need to... Dead that. Because there's a different point in your relationship. That person you was with before is a different person. Some shit has happened. Some shit has changed. And that person ain't the same person you used to be with. Different person. So you're going to have to leave them alone. Even if they go to counseling, they clean up their act, they change what they used to do, and they change and they are a completely different person. You're going to need, at the very least, you're going to need to give them and yourself a cool break from them, where you need to go to counseling and figure yourself out and get your mind together, because you're traumatized by the fact that they just beat your ass. And also, you need to figure out why the fuck you're putting up with the shit. And you need to get yourself together and worry about you and you only for now. And he or she needs to go over here and figure out why the fuck they can't keep their hands to themselves, why the fuck they keep drinking or they can't stop drinking, and why they got a problem or whatever problem they got, and they need to get their shit together too. And then maybe after a whole ass year or 2 or 3, after you guys have done counseling, y'all done learned new things, had some new life experiences, and have had some changes in your mind and in your life to where you're kind of a different person, you have a different outlook on things, then maybe you can come back together and work it out. But it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work if you guys think, okay, well, I do still love you and I want to be together, us to be together. So let's go to couples counseling and, you know, things will get better. You can't be with somebody while they're trying to figure out themselves. When it gets to that point where it's a physical situation, you guys have to literally be apart from each other so that you guys can both heal on your own. You can't heal with the person who hurt you. I'm going to be 100. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though, and that's fine. You don't have to hear me, but that's the truth. You can't heal with the person that hurt you. You gotta be gone on your own and let them be gone on their own and figure yourselves out for a minute or sometimes even a lifetime. Sometimes you just gotta dead that. You gotta dead that. In most situations when you're in an abusive relationship, that person, you ain't even supposed to be with that person, and that relationship is really a shit show, and God's trying to wake you up and you'll eventually wake up from it and then you'll never be with him again. But in this situation, I really do agree, and I believe Ashley. I do believe her. I believe that he's never hit her before. I really do believe that, you know, this was like a whoa, traumatic experience for her. Like, she did not expect this, and this just happened. And in this situation, in situations like this where it's not that the person's abusive, but because of drugs or alcohol or whatever's going on in their life, they have changed. You have to be apart from the person for a cool minute. And when I say a cool minute, I'm not talking a couple months. I'm talking at least a year. At least. But I really want to say 2 or 3. But a cool minute. Because you got to really, you have to find yourself. When you get to a point where you physically hurt someone that you love and care about, that means that something is going on in here that you don't even know about. And you need to go and find yourself. And you may not have hit the person. You may have not been the hitter, but because you got hit, that traumatized you. And you need to go and figure out why the fuck you're dealing with that. And you also need to figure out what to do next. How to heal. That's traumatizing. How do you heal from that? You got to figure that out. You got to go to counseling. You got to do what you got to do. But you guys got to do it separately. You can't be together. You can't. There's no way. Maybe one day when you're you have 2 different experiences and you have different outlooks and you have, like I said, like you basically become better. A better person. Things are better for you. You have a better outlook, a new outlook on life and what's healthy in a relationship. Then maybe you can come back. But you got to be separate for a cool minute. There's no way you can heal with the person that hurt you. I don't know. I don't want to say I want them to be back together because I just want what's best. I don't want them to be broken up, and I don't want them to be together. I want them to just do what's best. I want them to do what's best for themselves. And I honestly think what's best for themselves is to be separate from each other. It's best for Bar to not be with Ashley. He needs to go to counseling. He needs to go to even rehab maybe. I don't know how serious the drinking problem is, but he needs to stop the drinking. He needs to go to counseling, anger management. He needs to get it together within himself, within his mind. He needs to find who Bar is. And that's a journey. That's not something that takes just 3 months. That's a journey. That's why I said at least a year, but I really want to say 2, 3. That's a journey. He needs to do that on his own. And Ashley needs to heal from the situation. Continue to find herself as a woman by herself. Find yourself as a woman and as a mother and do what's best for you and Holly. And then maybe one day, in 2, maybe 3 years, you could come together as more mature adults who have a different outlook on relationships and what's healthy, what's not. Maybe. But now, hell no. I'm praying for them. I really am going to pray for them. When this is over, I'm about to pray for them right now. I'm going to pray for them. I really am. And I'm glad Ashley went to a therapist. She went to a therapist. That's a good step because that was too much for her. And I commend her for doing that because a lot of us don't do that. When we're traumatized or, we went through something that's very traumatic for us, instead of going to counseling, we just brush it under the rug and say we're okay. And that's not okay. Because in the end, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting others because eventually you take it out on other people without even knowing it. And I commend her for doing that. I'm going to pray for her right now, actually. Now we're going to talk about Jade. At first, I was tripping, okay? Because I was like, well, I thought Jade was tripping, honestly. I was like, I know this girl ain't mad at him because he's sick. Why the hell is she that mad? But because from what it looked like he was kind of sick to me. But, they don't really show us everything. So then we find out, later on that I guess she was suspicious of his symptoms. Like, the way he was acting, and I guess, or whatever. It just seemed, suspicious. So she drug tested him when she came home, and he failed. And so she kicked him out, and she was angry. I'm not surprised that Sean does drugs. He kind of looks like, I'm not trying to say it like that, but just the way his disposition is and just the way he carries himself. And then the fact that she says he lies about where he be and he be pretending he's working when really he's hanging out with guys. That's just drug mentality, drug addict shit. So I'm not surprised. I am surprised that she keeps giving him chances, though. She seems like she has a good head on her shoulders and she knows right from wrong, especially with dealing with drug addict parents. But I guess when you're so used to something, you can't help but just keep going back to it, even if you know it's not good for you. And so I guess that's what this is. Basically he keeps on trying to beg to come back, but she sees through the bullshit, but at the same time, she still allows it. So it's a classic case. I'm not surprised that she's allowing him to prove himself. And I'm not surprised that he still hasn't changed. So, honestly, there's really not much to say. This is kind of the classic case. And hopefully he gets it together. But it doesn't look like he is. He can't even get his ID. So it's probably going to be another couple of cycles of the same bullshit until Jade gets it together and realizes that Sean's not going to change on his own. So hopefully he does. I'm hoping he does because I don't wish anything bad on anyone. But realistically, from what we see, it don't look like it's going to happen. Not today. So with that being said, their relationship's just going to be a roller coaster until Jade decides to put her foot down and be like, you're Chloe's father, and you always will be, and I'll always have love for you because of that. You can see her when I allow you. But you can't live here. You need to be off drugs. And if you come around druggy, you can't be around Chloe. And get it together. We're not together. And get a job, get your own place, and get your ID. Jade will realize it eventually. She hasn't realized it yet, but she will. Until she does, though, It's gonna be classic bullshit. Nothing else to say. Alrighty, last but not least, now we're at Brianna. So Brianna just finally gets the balls to tell Robert, hey, I think you should leave. But she's still reluctant to break up with him. I really think she really feels bad. I think in her mind she thinks, okay, I know, and by now he knows this isn't working out. We're too young. We rushed. We went into this too fast. So I feel really bad that I don't want to be with him, and I feel really bad that I'm telling him to leave. So I think I should still tell him to leave, but if I tell him that we're still together and I still love him, well, she don't tell him she still loves him. Every time he says I love you, she don't say it back. So let me take that back. But if I make him think I still love him and I still want to be with him, then he'll be okay with going back. I think in her mind, she prepped herself to think that, yeah, she did. She thinks that by telling him, you know, we're still together, it'll make it easier on her, I guess. I don't know. I guess it just makes her feel better because she feels guilty. And I get it. She feels guilty. I mean, I would too, you know? Because, I mean, even though Robert is his own person, but she, like I said in the other video, she did kind of like pressure him to move out there. And it's like he did, and then it's like, now I'm not good enough. Even though I get it, her reasons for why she doesn't want to be with Robert are very logical and understandable. Like, that makes a lot of sense. That's why she should have just broken up with him, period, instead of trying to do this. Well, we can be in a long distance relationship because one, that's not going to work. And two, that's not even what you want. You don't even want to be with him. You barely wanted to FaceTime him. You barely wanted to even hug him goodbye. You didn't even want to kiss him goodbye. I don't even think they gave each other a kiss. Like, she doesn't want to be with him. Like, you can tell she's so over it, but she feels really bad. So it's like, I'll just hold on to you for a second because I do feel bad that I let you go, but really I don't want you. She's given all types of I don't want you vibes. It's all written all over her face. It's written all over her face when she FaceTimed him. She didn't even want to look at him. Even he said it. Like, I'm just hoping that the next episode Robert gets enough mindset or whatever the hell word I'm trying to think of to just realize, okay, even though I do still love this girl, she don't love me. So let me just break up with her because she obviously doesn't want me. I really hope Robert just breaks up with her because it's clearly obvious that Brianna doesn't want to break up with him because she feels bad. So somebody got to do it because watching this relationship on FaceTime is very painful. The only person that was happy was Brayson. He was the only one happy in the conversation. So somebody got to break up with somebody. Somebody that called me because I can't. Like, I can't. So you can kind of tell that. You could tell because even when Brianna was mentioning that, you know, like even when they were saying goodbye to each other at the airport, like you can just tell she even looked happy. Like, why are you upset? Like, it's okay. We made this decision. Like she just seemed happy. Like, yay, he's leaving. I mean, she did seem a little bit stressed when he left, but that was really mainly just because of the fact that she doesn't have his help with Brayson. Not because she missed him or because she was sad that he wasn't around. It was more so like he helped with Brayson and also he helped a little bit with financial stability. So it's like, it's a little more stressful, but it's not like emotional for her. So you can tell she doesn't want to be with him. It's obvious and it is what it is. Hopefully he breaks up with her because she don't want to do it. But somebody better do it because it ain't healthy and neither one of them looks happy. And that FaceTime was really stressing me out. Like, seriously. Brianna will find another, and she knows she will. But she needs to focus on her and Brayson first before she does so. Robert will find another too. He just needs to focus on himself. You know, that's the key, honestly. Is that the lesson of the day in this episode? Or in these two episodes? You gotta focus on yourself. That's really what it is. I mean, let's just be real. Married, not married. You got children, don't have children. Committed relationship, not committed relationship. Engaged, not engaged. Whatever. At the end of the day, we're all born our own people. Even if you're born with a twin, you're your own person. We're all our own people. We have our own heartbeat, our own feelings, our own emotions, our own coochie, our own dicks. We have our own. at the end of the day, we're our own people and we need to look out for ourselves. You gotta have love. You gotta have compassion for other people. You gotta have empathy. But you gotta have your own love and self-respect within yourself. You gotta have your own peace, your own sanity. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing. That's just what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed my review tonight. Sorry I had to combine these 2 episodes in one. I know this video is probably a little long, but it is what it is. I was sick. Sorry about it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next review. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it up like I always do, and if I ever slip, I'll come back double times harder. So I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and if you're new, subscribe. Hey girl. And comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If you have any commentary about these last 2 episodes, or if you have anything you want to say, like, comment down below and let me know. And like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel, like I said, if you fuck with me. And I'll see you guys very soon. I'm actually going to do another video tonight. So if you guys want to see another video from me, stay tuned. Bye.